Meme coins have been bleeding, and now the discussion shifts to Black Monday, right? As we await kind of what's happening within the markets. I want to talk to you guys in this video about what Pepe Coin is going through. There has been a lot of movement, and we look into some big sales. We're going to talk some Pepe whale transactions also in this video. We're going to get into the overall discussion. Is Pepe Coin in trouble? All right. I'm going to share with you guys kind of how I feel about it, what I'm doing, and we'll get into this article as well as take a dive into the Pepe Coin chart. And historically, guys, Black Monday has been rough, okay? We can see right now some of the data, the sell-offs, the liquidations, everything is kind of taking place. And in this time period, right, when we have all of these heightened tariff discussions, the volatility is something that I do expect to continue for days, if not weeks, coming off of the weekend and into the new week as we get into April deeper. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts in this video. So let's get into it. As always, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join us here. We do talk crypto every single day. Welcome back. I appreciate all of my subscribers. And let's talk some Pepe. So this is kind of what we have going on. 196 billion tokens have been sold. And the big question looming is Pepe in trouble? Now, I'll go full screen for this one because this is truly how I feel. Pepe has been in trouble for quite some time already. And it's not just Pepe. It's Dogecoin, it's Shiba Inu, it's all of the volatile cryptos, right? Some are doing better than others, but when we put it all together, guys, this is one where cryptocurrency is extremely volatile right now, and I will promise you that this will continue as long as we have tariff talks and all of this looming. However, there is a silver lining in all this. There has been reported 50 countries seemingly looking to enter discussions. They want to table talks, and so we'll see how that all transpires, but I think that the long-term prospectus, okay, and this is not financial advice, these are just my opinions. I'm never going to tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto. There's two things you have to remember. First being, when there's blood in the streets, that's when smart money buys, okay? Secondly, this is all part of a strategy by the Trump administration to kind of have this short-term impact and then usher in a new era where they want to do what they want to do, and that's make America great again, build back, kind of the principles that we've had in terms of just having, domestic production, as well as kind of the whole mantra why we are paying other countries a lion's share of those profits to import goods, okay? It doesn't make sense, and it's going to sting a little bit in the short term. So unless you're planning on retiring here in the next couple weeks or months, it is something that I think that will be weathered. We'll see what happens. Nobody has that crystal ball. There could be unforeseen circumstances continue to plague not just crypto, but also traditional finance as well. But let's get into this Pepe discussion. As always, guys, like I said, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about the 196 billion tokens that have been sold, okay? So as you see on your screen right now, this is the wallet in question, okay? They have offloaded 196.1 billion Pepe. That's 1.3 million, okay? This is where they exchanged it for wrapped Ethereum. And this is kind of where you look into the entire purchase used to buy over almost 400,000 Pendle tokens. So there you go, guys. Kind of shuffling gears, but it is something where I want to talk about this whale movement because at face value, you see over $1 million of Pepe kind of ushered out, right? It pounds the alarm. It gives you cause for pause. But I think it's the bigger storyline right now that we look at it. This is something where you look at not just this whale, but other whales looking to kind of, switch assets, swap, whatever it may be, into different cryptocurrencies that they may see advantageous. But Pepe right now is not checking the box for them. But I will say one thing about whales, okay? If you bought into crypto before, does not mean that you won't buy into it again. So a lot of times they swap out, they wait for the price to tank, they wait for the price, everybody to panic and sell, and then they'll buy right back Pepe at a lower price. It's a tried and true method, and I think that right now, what I'm doing and how this translates into kind of the market right now is, I've been stabled up in a lot of assets for a while now. And I think that's kind of where, I'm riding this wave down. I'm not shorting anything. I'm not playing against the market. I'm just taking that wait and see approach, staying on the sidelines for when that moment comes, and then we'll be ready to deploy and kind of get back into the game and off the sidelines because these will be a lot of prices that are at a huge, huge discount, okay? And if you want to know more about that historical data, I did publish something on X. You could check out kind of the 1987 Black Monday kind of event, as well as kind of what we saw a little bit during COVID. So there is a lot of a discussion that is going on right now about how this is going to impact the market. And I think that's kind of what you're seeing, okay? So this is something where not only could this whale's action influence the Pepe price, but also could be kind of stabilized by a lot of retail interest during sell-offs, okay? This is something where you look into the overall market trend, right? They're not stabling up, they're buying other meme coins. And this is something where you could see how this trend is going to play out. Is this going to be temporary? Is this going to be permanent? Is this something where they're leaving Pepe for good? Like I said, I do not believe so, okay? But I don't have the insight. I don't have the access to this person's mind. I just wanted to share with you guys this large transaction and kind of how it applies to the mindset that I have, especially as we are approaching Black Monday, okay? Now, if this does continue, this is where historical rallies have seen when the RSI has climbed above 50 after dropping to an oversold area. But this is something where I do suspect downward momentum to continue. Personally, I look at this chart right now on your screen, and this does not look good. It's not a pretty chart, and that's something that you guys want to keep in mind, obviously, because I do think it is relevant to kind of what we're seeing in the overall script of things, right? Bitcoin is plummeting below 80,000. We've seen Ethereum dive below. God knows where it's at. We'll pull up the crypto bubbles right now, down almost 14% at down below 1,600. This is not looking good overall across the board, okay? And as we dive into Pepe and we see what they're doing right now currently at the time that I'm recording, down 11.7% as well, trading at that 506,220 mark, okay? So it's not the Pepe that was over $10 billion. No crypto is the crypto that it was during that time period. So this is almost a message where I'm just telling you guys, relax, let the markets kind of react, let everybody do their thing. I think that it is a lot of fear right now going on. You have a lot of prominent people talking about Black Monday. What do you think people are going to do? They're going to read that stuff, they're going to sell, and they're going to just emotionally just kind of let it play out, okay? And that's kind of what the storyline is currently across the board. It's not just Pepe. It's every single meme coin, every single crypto. There's a lot of volatility, okay? So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to assess where you're at. I'm trying not to be emotional. That's why, I'm not out of Pepe. I'm just kind of on the sidelines, okay? So that's just how I'm looking at it, how I'm approaching it, and playing this one out, okay? Despite all these sell-offs that we're seeing, this is where we do see a lot of retail that had renewed interest. But for us guys, the big storyline is, what are the whales going to do? All right, because we need that cascade, that domino effect of not just whale action, but also retail price action as well. And that's going to be something as we look into Pepe still maintaining in the top 10 in daily trading volume. So that's a positive at least. We'll see what happens. But the big storyline here right now today is Black Monday. So it's going to be a rough and rocky week. I guarantee you some volatility. I don't have that crystal ball. I can't tell you guys when this will end, but I will say one thing historically, as I've done this for a long time, when there's blood in the streets, that's usually when smart money starts buying. So I wanted to share with you guys those thoughts. As always, I try to give it to you guys straight with no filter and try to keep it 100. So let me know down below in the comments, what are you guys doing? Are you giving up on Pepe? It's your capital, it's your money. I don't really, quite frankly, care. I just want to see everybody win, and that's why you kind of have to use all the knowledge and information that we acquire on a daily basis and make the best informed decisions we can for ourselves. Okay, so appreciate you guys giving me a couple minutes of your time. As always, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.